सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् वाङ्मे मनसि प्रतिष्ठिता मनो मे वाचि प्रतिष्ठितं
आविराविर्महेति
वेदस्य महानीस्तः श्रुतं मे मा प्रहासि
अनेनाधीतेन अहोरात्रान् सन्दधामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम्
शांति शांति शांति. So now another chapter where it is a Brahmana called bAlAki, and he goes to the Kashi Raja, who is known as ajAtashatru. So bAlAki also is Tandita only. Balakasya apatyam bAlAki. But he is also known as Dripta bAlAki. I think this same, whatever is there in this chapter, is there also in Brihadaranyaka with slight variations. The second chapter, first Brahmana in Brihadaranyaka is called ajAtashatru Brahmana. That also has almost similar verses, but some changes are there, some differences, but it is the same story. So there it even comes, I think, Dripta bAlAki. He is the proud bAlAki. He was proud about his learning and all that. So then he goes to the king, and okay, I'll tell you the story at a high level first, then we'll see. So he goes to the king, because in those days, if you are very well learned and all that, you go and show your learning to the king, and then the king will reward you or give you some honor, right? So like that he goes to this ajAtashatru and says, I will teach you Brahman, or I will talk about what I will reveal to you about Brahman. Brahmate Bravani, like that he says. So then ajAtashatru, but ajAtashatru is already a very learned person. Although he is a Kshatriya and a king, he is a Brahma Vidya. And during his time, Janaka also was there. Okay? And even in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, the Yajnavalkya Janaka Samvaada is very big. And even the entire third chapter is that Yajnavalkya goes to Janaka's court, where so many other Brahmanas are there. And then he debates with all of them and he wins. Okay, he wins, like Janaka offers 1,000 cows to whoever has come there. He wants to know who is the best. So Janaka makes an announcement there that whoever is the best amongst all of you can take these 1,000 cows. And the 1,000 cows means not only just cows. So it is said that he even tied some gold coins on the horns of each cow. So a lot of money, okay, in those days. So what the Yajnavalkya, what he does is he first calls his Shishya and says, you take away all these cows. Then everybody is very upset. That anyway, I am going into that story, I will tell you that story also. So everybody is upset. They say that, how can you do this? Do you think you are the best? And even there, Yajnavalkya is an intelligent person. So he says, no, I don't consider myself as the best or anything, but I am interested in having these cows. Okay? I only want these cows. So I am taking. Then of course they all say that, of course, if you have to take this, you have to prove you are the best. That's what the king has announced. So they all start debating with him. That's how that there are many Brahmanas are there. Each Brahmana in the third chapter in Brihadaranyaka is Yajnavalkya's discussion with one of the persons who has assembled there. In that, the interesting thing is the Gargi also is there. One lady also is there, Brahmavadini. So Gargi is a Brahmavadini, and in fact Gargi has the distinction of talking to Yajnavalkya in two Brahmanas in the third chapter. One is called, I think it is called Gargi Brahmana only. So, anyway, why I am saying all that is when this bAlAki tells ajAtashatru that I will teach you Brahman, then ajAtashatru is very happy. Somebody has come to discuss Brahman with me, Brahma Vidya with me. Because otherwise everybody is going only to Janaka. So he even mentions it here, saying, I will give you 1,000 cows for this, because you have come to me. Otherwise everybody is running to Janaka only, Janaka, like that, saying they are all running to Janaka. And then this Drupta bAlAki is only knowing Saguna Brahma. So he keeps on saying that the Aditya Purusha, whoever is the Purusha in the Aditya, I do Upasana of the Aditya Purusha as Brahman means. Then this ajAtashatru says, no, don't, you don't have to teach me that. Okay. I already know. In fact, I know even more than that. I know even with some special qualities how you have to do Upasana of the Saguna Brahman who is there in Aditya. So he gives some more Visheshanas to that Aditya Purusha, and that is how you have to do Upasana. And then he also says, if you do that, what will be the Phala? So he gives some extra Visheshanas and the Phala also for each of the Saguna Brahma Upasana which bAlAki is saying. He will say, no, this I already know. In fact, you have to further do Upasana with all these gunas also you have to visualize, and then this will be the Phala. Like that he keeps on saying. In fact, that list is slightly variant, I think, from whatever is there here and in Brihadaranyaka. In Brihadaranyaka, a little bit more comes, I think. Some 15 odd upasanas like that are given, Saguna Brahma Upasana. Then finally, this bAlAki has exhausted everything he knows. Okay, he doesn't know what to do. He is silent. And then he says, now, and finally the ajAtashatru also says, there is something more than whatever you have now said. In fact, there is something more you have, which is about the Nirgunam Brahma. Okay? Which bAlAki doesn't know. After ajAtashatru says there is something more, then his pride is gone. And even though he is a Brahmana, he goes to the king and says that I will learn from you. I want to be your Sishya and learn. But then he says that no, it is Pratiloma and all that. It is not proper that I be your teacher. But still, he holds his hand and they both walk together. That is the story. Okay. And one person is sleeping. Then he wakes up that sleeping person, and then he asks the question, who is the one who is sleeping? So this is also connected here with the previous chapter here. Shankarananda, when he writes the introduction to this chapter, he says already sleep was mentioned, correct? Prana is the one in which while sleeping everything has resolved. Now this chapter is a continuation of that, only to explain that prana is nothing but Brahman. So when you call who wakes up and all that, so based on that he is teaching again. So then there is a analysis of the Sushupti Avastha, and even in so that's what basically from there he teaches Nirgunam Brahma to bAlAki. That is the whole chapter. Okay, that is the whole story here. So let us see some details here.
Here also the second is missing. Here also the second one is missing.
No, it's there.
Is there, right?
Yeah. So one is very short.
Oh.
It's there.
So here he says, Gadyaha Havai bAlAki anuchanaha samspashtaha asa. Okay. So here Gargyaha means he is also from the Garga Gotra and he is bAlAki. And anuchanaha means the one who has repeated after his guru, one who has done adhyayana. Anuchanaha means one who has done Vedadhyayana. So he is that way he is knowledgeable person. He has done Vedadhyayana. He is also very proud about whatever he knows, but he is also very popular. Samspashtaha means here the commentator is giving the meaning that he is very well known among everybody. Okay. And why he is very well known also he says, because it seems that he travelled everywhere and he had a desire to show off his own knowledge and all that, like that. So that's why it is said here, Saha Asa Ayam Ushinareshu Savasan and all. Samvasan is there here. Again here two variant readings are there. One is Ushinareshu, Matsyeshu, Kurupanchaleshu, Kashi Videheshu. Savasan, like that one reading is there. So he has lived among all these people. Different places he has travelled. And why he has travelled means because he had a desire to show off his knowledge, like that the commentator is saying here. Or it is taken as that Samvasan Matsyeshu itself is one place. Okay. So in this reading here, Samvasan Matsyeshu means that is one place. That place itself is called Samvasat Matsyeshu or Samvasan Matsyeshu. Kurupanchala is one area you may be knowing already. You have read some our ancient history and whatever the geography during Mahabharata before that. Then Kashi Videha. Kashi is the eastern UP and all is Kashi Videha. Western UP side is the whatever the Punjab and all those sides are Kuru Panchala. So he has been with all of them. Okay, Videheshu iti. Sa ajAtashatrum Kashyam Yetya. So her means again Aitihya and all indeed or whatever. It's a very old story. So he goes to ajAtashatru, having gone to ajAtashatru, Yetya. Who is Kashyam means he is the Kashi Maharaj. He is the king of Kashi ajAtashatru, Kashyam. Uvacha, Yetya Uvacha, having gone to him, he says, what did he say? Or he said, Brahmate Pravaniti. So I will now teach you or I will now talk to you about Brahman. So on hearing this, ajAtashatru is very happy. Because like I already told you, everybody, ajAtashatru thinks that only, he thinks that everybody thinks only Janaka is Brahmavid and he is the only one who is really honoring all these Panditas and all that. So at least you have come to me instead of going to Janaka. So he says ajAtashatru sahasram dadmaha. So okay, tamho vacha ajAtashatru. So to the bAlAki ajAtashatru says sahasram dadmaha te etasyam vachi janakaha iti vahu jana dhavanti iti. So I will give you 1,000 cows. Sahasram here means really 1,000 cows. And for this, what? Everybody is running to Janaka. Or the other meaning they say is Janaka can mean even ajAtashatru himself. O king. Janaka can in general mean king also, but I think specifically here, I think even Bhashyakara in the Brihadaranyaka Bhashya has taken that he is referring to only Janaka, the king of Videha. So they all run there. But you have come to me, so I am giving you 1,000 cows for this. You want to do the Samvaada with me. So then what? Okay, now bAlAki is even more happy. So he says, Saho vacha bAlAki ya eva yesha aditye purushaha tameva aham upase iti. So now here tameva aham brahma iti upase we have to add. Okay. So whoever is the person or whoever identifies as the self of the Aditya, the Surya Devata, that Purusha I do upasana of. Then once he says this, what? Tam hovacha ajAtashatru mam etasmin samavada ishta means some avada ishta. It is samavada ishta means basically the meaning here is in this matter don't think that we can have a Samvaada, because Samvaada means it is between a guru and a Sishya, but this matter I know already, so you are not a guru or I am not a Sishya with reference to this particular this subject. So he says, that's why he says etasmin samavada ishta, he says. Why? Because then he also shows why they need not discuss this. Why? Because he says, I know already, I have done this upasana. In fact, I will also give you some additional gunas with which you have to do this, or Vishesha. Correct? Visheshana I am going to give. What is that? Brihat Pandara Vasaha Atishtaha Sarvesham Bhutanam Murdheti Va Aham Etam Upase Iti. So I have also done upasana of this Aditya Devata. And in which manner? That he is Brihat, he is great. Okay. And Pandaravasa means one who is wearing a very pure or bright white clothing. Vasaha means basically this garment. So one who has shining and bright white garment. And Atishtaha means what? One who transcends everybody and one who is there, transcending everybody. That is the Atishtaha. Means one who is Utkrishta, one who is greater than everybody. That is also said here. Sarvesham Bhutanam Murdha Atishtaha. So one who is the greatest among all the beings. Like this, I do upasana of this Aditya Purusha. Aham etam upase iti. Sayoha etam upaste. So whoever is the one who does upasana of this Aditya Purusha like this, he will also become Atishtaha, means what? He will become the greatest among all the beings. Sarvesham Bhutanam Murdha Atishtaha Bhavati. So he will also get the same kind of phala, the upasana phala. So generally the upasana phala is what? Whichever guna with which you are doing the upasana, that guna also you will get it as the phala. That's how it is generally given. So yad bhavam tad bhavati, like that it is said. So whatever is your bhavana, you become that only. On whatever you are visualizing and doing upasana, meditation, that only you will become. So sarvesham bhutanam murdha bhavati, he becomes the sreshtaha, the best among all the beings. Okay. So then after hearing this, what? Okay, bAlAki now tries another upasana. Okay, another Savana upasana. He says, what? Saeva yesha bAlAkihi ya eva yesha chandramasi purushaha tameva aham brahma upase iti. So here the Brahma also word is there clearly. So he says, now what? Whoever is the Purusha, whoever identifies with the Chandra Devata, that Purusha I do upasana as Brahman, Brahma upasa. Then what? Again ajAtashatru says, Tamho vacha ajAtashatru mama etasmin samavada ishtaha somaha rajan annasya atma iti va aham etam upasa iti upase iti. So he says what? Again, even with reference to this, we cannot have any Samvaada. because I already do, or I have already done upasana of this Chandramas also. Okay. As the Soma Devata, Soma. Okay. And also what? Who is the Annasya Rajan? Annasya Raja. Correct? Okay. Somaha Raja Annasya Atma. We can take 3 things he is giving. Like previously also he gave 3 things. Correct? So one who is Soma, one who is also the one who shines. Rajate iti Rajaha also we can take. And then one who is the very self of food, because we say that all the Oshadhi and all is nourished by Chandra. That is how the Shastra talks about. Chandra is the Devata who nourishes, and Oshadhi Bhyo Annam we say. Because the Upanishad says from the that Pujya Swamiji used to give that as a pramana for why you should be a vegetarian. Because Veda also says Oshadhi Bhyo Annam, Annat Purushaha and all that. Or he used to say it is a statement of fact, in the sense that is also interesting. Because all food is only produced by plants, correct? Animals then eat the plants, other animals eat other animals which eat the plant and all that. So if you see the ecosystem or the cycle of food, only plants are capable of doing photosynthesis and producing food. So they are the only ones who really produce the food. So all food really comes only from the ocean. Afterwards, whatever happens is okay. Then that is whatever the apex predator and all we say finally, correct? Up to that, different animals eat plants, or some plants eat animals also. That is also there. We have seen, correct? But anyway, so, but mostly the animals eat plants, other animals eat those animals, carnivores eat herbivores and all that, like that it goes. So, anyway, here, but for all that, Chandra only is the Karana. He is the Annasya Atma. So these are the 3 things. He is the Soma Devata, he is Raja, and he is Annasya Atma. These are the 3 Visheshanas I use. As I am with whatever, with these gunas I do the Saguna Upasana. And then what? Sayoha etam eva upaste, evam upaste. So the one who does Upasana in this manner of the Chandra Devata, what? Annasya Atma Bhavati. He also, Annasya Atma means that person will not lack any food wherever he goes. He will get good food always. He will not have any problem for food. In fact, in the Jatakam, Gajakeshari Yogam, there is one Gajakeshari Yogam is there. Pujya Swamiji had a hobby that he will ask all his Shishyas to bring their horoscope and all that. He knew some amount of astrology also, although he will not, generally he didn't. In fact, I asked him once that I wanted to study astrology. Then he said, no, you should not, don't study astrology. Having come to Vedanta, don't study anything else. Then you will be distracted by all that. So he actually discouraged me, but he himself knew astrology. Okay? And he used to ask all of us, you bring your Jatakam, and he will see different things. He will say, okay, you have Gajakeshari Yoga. Wherever you go, you will not have problem for food. You will always be with people. You will get good food and all that. Like that. So, Annasya Atma. So, this person has Gajakeshari Yoga, you can say, or he will be born with that yoga, or he already has it, he has gained it. So, anyway, so that is one thing. Then what? Okay, Aditya, Chandrama, fine. Next what? Saho vacha bAlAki eva yesha vidyuti purushaha etameva aham brahma upase iti. So then he goes to lightning or vidyut, correct? So whoever is the purusha who identifies with the vidyut devata, because each phenomenon is a devata for us. I have already explained to you, correct? The Ishvara who is manifest as a particular phenomenon is called what we call devata. So that devata I do upasana as Brahma. And this also ajAtashatru says I know. Why? this Tamho Vacha ajAtashatru Mama etasmin Samvaada ishta Tejasi atmeti vaham etam upase iti. So I do upasana of this Vidyut as the self of this Tejas or whatever, brightness, okay, Tejas, effulgence, as the one who has an effulgent self, you can say. Tejasya Atma, who is the self of effulgence itself. So then again what? So he is giving one extra Visheshana and says, I have already done Upasana of Vidyut also. And again what? Sayo etam eva upaste. So the one who does Upasana in this manner of the Vidyut Devata, evam upaste, Tejasya Atma bhavati. So he will also have Tejas, what we call as Brahma Tejas and all that, correct? So he will have a certain Kanti, you can say. In Vellai we have Kanti Mati is our goddess. But Tamil is a problem. They name Gandhi Mati and all that. There is no Gandhi or anything. It is Kanti actually. It is Kanti. So Kanti means shining, effulgent and all that. Tejas only. So he is the one who becomes Tejasya Atma. That person also will have a self which is effulgent. Okay, then what? This is also gone. Then what? Saho acha bAlAki ye vayesha stanayit no purusha etam eva ham brahma upase iti. So stanayit now is the next one. Okay, stanayit now means whatever the thunder, lightning and
thunder.
Yeah. So the whatever amongst the cloud, the sound which comes, the thunder, that is called, this Thani is now here. So I do the Upasana of the Purusha who is making the sound like a Garjana, correct? So amongst the clouds who is making this Garjana or roaring sound, the thunder. So that the thunder itself is taken as a Devata here, and I do Upasana of Brahma like that. Even this, again ajAtashatru, what does he say? Tamho acha ajAtashatru Mama etasmin Samvaada ishta shabdasya atmeti vaham etam upasayiti sayoha etam evam upaste shabdasya atma bhavati. So what even this, whatever the thunder also, I have already done Upasana. In fact, I do the Upasana of this thunder as the self of sound itself, Shabdasya Atma. In that manner, I do the Upasana. And in fact, anyone who does Upasana in this manner also will become Shabdasya Atma, means he will have good Vani and all that we have to take. So you will be able to chant very well. Some people have that ability, only some people have. So that is said here. Okay, then what? bAlAki is not leaving. Okay, he is trying. He is now already little bit annoyed, I think. But anyway, so he says, Saho vacha bAlAki ya eva yesha akashe purushaha tamevaham upase iti. So whoever is the Purusha in Akasha, I do the Upasana of Brahman as the Akasha Purusha. He says even that Tamho vacha ajAtashatru mama etasmin Samvaada ishta purnam apravrittim brahmeti vaham etam upase iti. So this Akasha also I do Upasana as what? Akasha means it is all over, correct? It's pervading, all pervading. So it is Purnaha, it is complete, full. In that manner, with that guna, and also what? The one who does not move or anything. Akasha cannot move anywhere. It is all pervading, means it cannot go anywhere or move anywhere. So apravritti means one who does not have any pravritti. So that the Brahman which these qualities I do upasana as the Akasha Purusha, and whoever does this, also what is the phala? Sayoha etam evam upaste puryate. So the one who does upasana of Brahman as Akasha, he will have what? He will be full of puryate, of what? Prajaya Ashubhihi. Also another thing it is said, Navu eva swayam na asya praja pura kala pravartate. This particular point is coming in the Upanishad all over. So one is what? He will have lot of children and wealth also, correct? Pashu means basically wealth only. So he is full of all that, but also what? His own children will not leave him before his time. They will not leave, they will not die before him. That also is said here. That is also a phala. Okay. So that is the phala of doing this. So that means they will all die only. Even his praja also we have to take care. Swayam also na asya praja means till their whatever, that means akala marana mandal also will not be there. They will have a full life. Whatever life according to their karma they have to have, they will be there till that time, and then only they will leave. Okay. Now what? So Akasha also is over. Now Vayu. So Saho vacha bAlAki eva yesha vayo purushaha tamevaham upaseti. Okay. Tam hovacha ajAtashatru mama etasmin Samvaada ishtha Indro Vaikunthaha aparajita seneti va aham etam upasayiti. So now Vayu Devata, I do the upasana of the Purusha in Vayu Devata as Brahman. That's what bAlAki says. And here again he is giving different names, very interesting names and all he is giving. Okay. So what is that? He says Indraha Vaikunthaha. So Vaikunthaha means the one who cannot be defeated and all that. Mahaparakrama. That is the meaning. What Indra means again the Lord, you can say. And Aparajita also is there, correct? One who cannot be defeated. Mahaparakrami Purushaha, the Lord, and nobody can basically. In fact, Aparajita Sena also is there. His one who has the Sena which can never be defeated. That is the Vayu Devata is so powerful. Vayu Devata means power. Normally we associate strength with Vayu. And therefore, this is how I do upasana of the Vayu Devata. So once you do upasana of Vayu Devata like this, what is the phala? He says that also what? Sayo hayetam evam upaste jishnuhu hava parajishnuhu anyatarasya jayan bhavati. Okay. So the one who does upasana like this, so means what? Jishnuhu means one who is basically cannot be easily defeated, or the victorious. Vishnu means he will be victorious in the sense that what? Anyatarasya, and Parajishnu means one who will defeat others, and he is victorious, and he is greater than everybody else. All his shatrus, he will win over all of them. That is the phala. Because again, even in the guna the Aparajita Sena was talked about. So the phala also is in keeping with that. Nobody can defeat him. He will defeat everybody. He will be victorious. So that is the phala. Okay. Vayu Devata is over. Now Agni. So yes, Saho Vacha bAlAki Yeeva Yesha Agno Purushaha Tameva Aham Upaseti Tam Ho Vacha ajAtashatru Mama Etasmin Samvaada. Okay. Ishasahi iti va aham upasayiti. So Agni Devata is the one I am going to do upasana as Brahman, he says. Okay. Then even this he says, no, I know this already. You don't have to teach me this. Okay. So Vishasahi is the word here. Means the one who is very, very again strong. Okay. Prabhala. Prabhala is the meaning. So I do upasana of the Agni as the one who is Prabhala, one who is very strong. And then if I do upasana like this, what is the phala? Phala also will be saying Vishasahi. So he says what? Etam Sayo Hayetam Evam Upaste Vishasahi Va Yesha Bhavati. He becomes Prabhala. Then again, one more is there. Saho Vacha bAlAki Eva Yeshaha Apsu Purushaha Tameva Aham Upaseti. So the one who is in the waters. Apsu. Varuna Devata. Then what? Tam Ho Vacha ajAtashatru Mama Etasmin Samvaada Ishta Nam Nyasya Atma iti va aham etam upasa. So whatever the devata who is there in the up devata, correct? So after Agni, Apaha, Jala, whoever is there in the Jalam or waters or liquids, I do the upasana. And who is he? So interestingly, the up is somehow connected with name. I don't know. Here it is saying what? I am the one. The Abdevata is the Namni Asya Atma. So his Atma is all the names. Okay. So one who is the Atma or Surupa, Nama Surupa. Or we have to take it as Tejas Surupa. So anyway, here, so if you do upasana like this, what then? So Namni Asya Atma iti va aham etam upaseti sayo hayetam evam upaste Namni Asya Atma bhavati iti adhidaivatam atha adhyatmam. So now, again the one who does upasana like this, his name and fame will spread, we have to take. Okay. So and now with this, all the upasana with reference to the devatas, because you are taking each devata and doing upasana as Brahman. So the devatas guna is Brahma guna, and like that is the Saguna upasana here. Now it is Adhyatma with reference to one's own Atma. Now our bAlAki wants to do upasana. So he is Saho Vacha bAlAki Eva Yesha Adarshe Purushaha Tameva Aham Upaseti. So Adarsha Purushaha means the one Purusha who is reflecting in the mirror. Okay. So Adarshe, whoever, whatever you can see the Purusha, that also is Brahman alone. So again what, even this he is saying the same thing. So Hovacha ajAtashatru Mama Etasmin Samvaada Pratirupa iti va ahametam upaseti. So Pratirupa means basically reflection. Okay. So Pratirupa in the form of reflection I do know upasana. Because whatever you see in the mirror is really a reflection. So this Pratirupa or Pratibimba also we say. Right? Bimba and Pratibimba, Rupa and Pratirupa like that. So here there is a since Pratibimba is coming, let me tell you something. So when we teach Vedanta, there are different types of Vada is there, or whatever different methodologies you can take. Whichever is appealing to you, you can consider that. But one way methodology is to consider what is the nature of Brahman and Jiva when we say, correct? So typically it is said Brahman is Bimba, Jiva is Pratibimba. Okay. So that is called the Pratibimba. So in the Pratibimba, the most interesting thing you have to understand is you will think that normally our understanding is that Bimba and Pratibimba are something two different things, correct? Pratibimba is not real. Because whatever is appearing in the mirror is not real, you can take. But the Pratibimba Vada, how it looks at is very different. You have to understand. In the Pratibimba Vada, what they say is, actually what you are seeing, the Pratibimba is non-different from the Bimba. How you can say that? Because in our model of knowledge, how knowledge takes place, correct? Our theory, the eyes only go out and takes the form of the object, we say, correct? Whether the eyes directly go to the object or they get reflected off the mirror and go, both of them are only cognizing the same object, we say. So that is why if you look at it that manner, it is said that the Bimba and Pratibimba are not two different things. They may appear to be different. That is part of the Ajnana. So in this Vada, what is said is the Jiva appears to be limited and all that and different from Brahman, but in reality Jiva and Brahman are one and the same. So if you look at it like this, then the Mahavakya is, that's why we say bhagatyaga lakshana and all that. Okay? Because in the Mahavakya, Jiva is really Brahman. But by Ajnanam we think that Jiva is something different. So when Tattvamasi is said, of course all the dharmas of Tat and all the dharmas of Tvam are given, but dharmi is still the same. It is like you give up all the distortions which come with the reflection. The reflection is essentially original. But reflection appears to be different because it is because of the Upadhikrita Veda. Right? Our Upadhikrita, some Visheshas are there because of which distortions can come. So you give up all the distortions. The Pratibimba also is really Bimba. Bimba and Pratibimba are not two different things. It is one and the same. So that is the Bhagatyaga Lakshana we say. So if you, in the Pratibimba Vada, we have the Bhagatyaga Lakshana. Or the Tadatmya is there. It means Jiva and Brahman. Jiva is nothing but Brahman. Now there is also Abhasa Vada. Of course, the word Abhasa and Pratibimba and all in general can be used synonymously also. Abhasa also can be taken as a reflection in some context. But when we talk about Abhasa Vada in Vedanta, there Abhasa is more like a distortion. It is not a reflection. Like snake is a distortion of rope, correct? Snake appears on rope. Abhasa is an appearance. Pratibimba also is an appearance. But Pratibimba is nothing but the Bimba, even though it is an appearance. But Abhasa is not like that. It is basically it's also an appearance, but it is a distortion. Because rope is not snake. In that, if you look at it with reference to the Abhasa Vada, then when you say Jiva is Brahman, it is like saying snake is rope. That is means it is Vadayam Samanadikaranya. It is not Mukhya Samanadikaranya. Mukhya Samanadikaranya means essentially they are same. Essential identity we are establishing, but for the establishing that you have to give up apparent contradictions, which is true for any equation, correct? Any equation, the LHS and RHS have to be apparently different, and the identity you have to establish. You can see there is no equation like 1 plus 1 equal to 1 plus 1, correct? It is meaningless. Either you have to say 3 plus 2 is 6 minus 1 or something. So apparently it looks different, but you have to arrive at the essential identity. So arriving at the essential identity is what we do by doing Shravana Manana Nididhyasana. So that is the Bhagatyaga Lakshana. If you use me, basically it is Pratibimbavada. But the Abhasavada is more like saying snake is rope, means snake itself is completely negated. In that everything is like this only. Like even if you say Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma, this Brahma is the only real thing, correct? Everything, whatever Sarvam is all, you negate their reality itself. Of course, it's up to you which one appeals to you and all that. That one you can take. Okay, there is no, in our tradition, there are different methodologies of teaching the same thing. Understand that? It is all only teaching methodology. Finally, Brahman alone is real. Everything else is mithya, is what one has to understand. In which way you understand it, whether which lakshana you use and all is only secondary. But you should have some idea about the difference between Pratibimba and Abhasa, okay, as a student of Vedanta, because these things are used as a technical term. Sometimes you may be scratching your head, what is the big difference between all these things? Okay. Anyway, so we'll come back to that. Here Saguna Upasana. So here he says simply what? I do Upasana as Pratirupa. The Adarsha Purusha is Pratirupa iti vaham etam upaseti sayo hayetam evam upaste Pratirupo ha eva asya prajayam ajayate na pratirupaha. So this is an interesting phala. So what? All your children also will be like you. That is the phala, correct? So the one who does this upasana, so your children will be like an image of you only. They will be in the same. Otherwise, sometimes you even scold your children, correct? Whether, I don't know whether really I only gave birth to you or not. This is one of the scoldings we have in our languages. I don't know whether it is there in English or not, but in Tamil and all it is there. Or it will be there in all Indian languages also. So it will not be like that at least. So whatever guna you have, they will also have. Whatever dosha you have, they will have. So you cannot really scold them for everything. Okay. Then what? Okay, the rest we'll see. Only a little bit is there. We'll see in the next class. Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Guru Namaha Hari